this is a sponsored piece of content by Wizards of the Coast. So I'm playing some mono blue. Deck is great. Deck's got some really good additions from M20 as well. I'm really excited about it. So this is my current list. It's still a work in progress. The really big addition for the main deck is Spectral Sailor, which is an awesome card. It's a Spirit Pirate, 1/1 flash, flying, and it can draw cards. So it's a perfect Curious Obsession target. It gives you really good late game now, because you can just sit there drawing cards if the game goes long. And the flash is actually so nice. There's a lot of opportunities where being able to hold open that extra mana really matters, and you get a lot more options in terms of like what to do in your opponent's turns. It's really good. The other new additions, so we're playing less Pteramanders because of Spectral Sailor. I think Pteramander's the worst one drop, but I'm not 100% sure. So this is the best one drop at the very beginning of the game, and then like both of these are good in the late game. But because this one's good in the beginning of the game and the late game, I think it makes it better than this by a little bit. So our other additions, we're trying out an Unsummon, which I think is really cool, instead of Essence Capture. The idea of that being, it's a bit worse than an Essence Capture against the creature decks, but it's way better against the control decks, because you can use it just to save one of your creatures and replay it against a control deck. I'm trying out Winged Words instead of Charter Course, because you don't need to have attacked to draw the 2 cards. We have a single Lookout's Dispersal, which we get to play because we have the Spectral Sailors, which are pirates now. It's really cool being able to play this card. I haven't actually got to draw or cast it very much yet, but I really like it in theory, and I'm excited to try it out. And then the really cool additions to the deck. We Mono Blue's sideboard is now good. Beforehand, its sideboard was a bit janky, but the options we've gained are incredible. We have Cerulean Drake, which is absurd against mono red. It's pro-red, can counter lethal burn spells. We have Aether Gust, which can bounce an Experimental Frenzy, it can bounce a Rekindling Phoenix. There are a lot of permanents you used to struggle with you can get rid of now. Even like Arclight Phoenix, you can now like bounce off the board. And the final new addition is Tail's End, which is a card I've been bringing in against Teferi Time Raveler decks. Just as an additional, like, kind of bad negate, but it's also really good against Blast Zone. You can bring it in against Nexus, and you can either counter their Blast Zone blowing up, or you can counter, like, their Tamiyo. So it's just so much better than a card like the Stifle Repudiate, or whatever it was. This is much better, because it does something other than just stifle the Blast Zone. It can also counter a Tamiyo. So, I've been quite liking this. I'm still trying it out though. So this is kind of like my first big iteration of Mono Blue now, with all the new cards, but I think it's pretty good so far. I'm excited to play some games with it. Yeah, that's been my experience too, Seto Kaiba. Especially, Sailor's been really over... Like, the flash on the Sailor is so much better than it looks. You expect it to be, like, relevant occasionally, but I've had so many times where it's come up that, like, I could hold open a counterspell I couldn't normally, or I got to play a creature when normally I wouldn't get to. Yeah, if you put ! deck, you should see the deck list. I think this hand is pretty medium. I'm going to keep it. Obviously, it has like a lot of lands though. Keeping land-heavy hands is less scary now that we have Spectral Sailor in the deck. Obviously, this is looking a lot worse than a Charter Course would, which is like something to note and be aware of. Not normally Fibonacci, especially now you have the Spectral Sailor, you have a lot of card draw available to you. Alright, so I guess I just play this. Being on the draw against Gruul is scary, so Gruul was always like the really tough matchup for Mono Blue. It was the matchup I was most scared of. I'm hoping that now that we have a really good sideboard against them, it should be easier though. Now that we have cards like Aether Gust. Because this was the deck that was like the most scary deck for 4 mono blue beforehand. Just because cards like Rekindling Phoenix and Legion Warboss are really problematic. Domri is so good at killing your small creatures. You can't like Merfolk Trickster the Gruul Spellbreaker. Just like a whole bunch of things. Yeah, we get to bring in so many cards. We get to completely change our deck for the next game, which is really sweet. Also, our opponent isn't really doing anything, which is great as well. We get to kill this Domri now. Merfolk Trickster is going to enable Wizard's Retort. It's going to give them a 1/1, which is annoying, but should be fine. We can just block the 1/1 all day. I don't think that card's good enough, Minosaur. Attacking on the ground is just so unappealing in this deck normally. We only play Merfolk Trickster because the trigger is so powerful in this deck. But normally, like, you just want all your creatures to be evasive, really. Which makes that Flash Merfolk really unexciting to me. So they're going to get a 1/1 here. But we need to counter the Hellkite, and I kind of want to use my mana efficiently when I have so much card draw coming in the future. Alright, so obviously play my land before attacking. Play my Curious Obsession. Am I attacking with the Merfolk Trickster? Maybe, I don't know, blocking the 1/1's kind of nice. If I draw another Merfolk Trickster, I can threaten to double block this, too. So you're going to have like 6th and 7th and 8, which is lethal in the air, without the help from the Trickster. I think I'm just going to attack with the Djinn. I think blocking the 1/1's more relevant than attacking for 2. Alright, so we're going to cast this. Oh my god, that's the perfect draw. Having a Wizard's Retort here is so nice against like another Skarsgård Hellkite. Lines up very, very well. We have a 2-turn clock with this Djinn because we have lands to pump it a bit more. How does protection work against a big red trampler? You still get trampled. The trample would try to deal 1 damage to the pro-red creature. Kind of fail, but then the trample would still go over. Where is Mew? I think Mew is actually up on my bed at the moment. Mew is resting. Another Thorn Lieutenant. Honestly, that's not too scary. That only gets him 1 attack, right? I get to block a Merfolk Trickster on one of these, and then the other one can hit me for like 6 at most. And the Djinn's going to kill them in 2 combat steps. So I'm just going to let them have this Lieutenant. I don't think the Lieutenant matters at all. Domri we can Spell Pierce though, because of how they sequenced things. Yeah, that is great for us. Slight missequencing on our opponent's part. Ooh. Hello there, Tempest Djinn. How is it going, my friend? This is great. It means even if they, like, somehow play 2 flying blockers, we still have lethal, right? This is awesome. Yeah, this game looks very over. They just, like, took a turn off. Their 4th turn, they didn't really do anything, and we really punished that. Oh, it will reduce the damage by 1. Beleve, I believe. I believe that's how it works. Oh, it doesn't reduce trample damage at all? Alright, so we get to bring in all these sweet cards. We basically get to transform our deck here. I'm not sure what we're taking out yet. I've not played this matchup since all the new cards came out, but... So this is definitely too expensive. I kind of want to cut some 1-drops. Oh, I also kind of want to cut some Merfolk Tricksters. I don't think these are great in the matchup. They like help deal with Rekindling Phoenix, which is fine. But they don't really block any of the ground creatures very well. And they don't tap Spellbreaker. If I take out the Dispersal, I could cut some Pirates. I think Pteramander is the best 1-drop in this matchup. I think Spectral Sailor is maybe the worst, because the Flash isn't super relevant here, and the card draw is not super relevant either. I need to cut 2 more cards. Oh, the Negate can go. And then maybe a Curious Obsession on the draw. We have these Cerulean Drakes now, though, which are absurd with Obsession. I could also just cut another 1-drop. Or maybe an Entrancing Melody on the draw. On the draw, these are a bit slow. I could see that. I don't think Sailor's great in this matchup, because the card draw is just a bit slow against them. Whereas Pteramander becoming a 5/5 means it can block Rekindling Phoenix, which is really nice. I'm sorry, I have no self-control, y'all. I'm gonna keep this. We're gonna draw a 2-drop. It'll be fine. We'll draw a 1-drop as well. Like, this is just the best card in all these creature-centric matchups. I'm just keeping this hand and crossing my fingers, right? Oh my god. It got better. Alright, I need my opponent to never cast a Rekindling Phoenix. Or else I will cry. Don't do it, opponent. Have a heart. If they do resolve with Rekindling Phoenix, we're in trouble, but... Oh, you're gonna miss that Lava Coil, friend. Let me tell you about that Lava Coil you used to have in your hand. I don't think you need Kefnet anymore. Kefnet was for the red decks. And your new anti-red cards are just so much better. I guess I just start casting... I kind of want to use this Retort, but... I guess I just start casting these. Djinn number 1. I choose you. No! Rip. Ooh. This one is really good against Tempest Djinn. We might have encountered a problem. This one is very good against Tempest Djinn. At least they don't have much mana, though. If they don't draw a land, they can only, like, activate and can't play another one. I now know why they Lava Coiled our Spectral Sailor. I figured it all out. Hey there, Cass. Alright. Figured it all out. 4x Lava Coil versus 4x Tempest Djinn, indeed. Oh my god. Don't kill my Tempest Djinn. Alright, I guess I'm taking this. It's a lot of damage to take, but it's the world we're in. So next time we attack for 6, and then if we draw a land, we have lethal the turn afterwards, right? So if our opponent doesn't have a land here, we probably win, honestly. If we draw a land. I guess the Siren Stormtamer makes it lethal too. Alright. Tempest Djinn number 3. No, number 4. Tempest Djinn number 4. In our top, 10 cards. Assuming the opponent doesn't have lethal. Yeah, they shouldn't do. We've got a retort for a shock, right? And Djinn gets to block the Lieutenant. Yes, I have to block with my Stormtamer. I have to chump block with it. So I still have to draw a land or a Curious Obsession to kill them. I feel like we're giving ourselves the best chance we can there. That seems good. Let's counter the good thing. Now they can't pump the Growth Chamber Guardian. They had to just attack, right? To force a Guardian to, like, either make us chump the Guardian or trade with it. Maybe the Spellbreaker is, like, the better play if they think we don't have a counterspell, though. Which is kind of reasonable. Alright, so I just block this. And go to 1. Hope they don't go, like, land shock somehow. Yep. Opponent figured it out. That was a good start to mono bluing. What would I change for best of 1? I'm not actually sure. I don't know the best of 1 meta too well. I assume you'd probably want, like, some more anti-creature cards for best of 1. Maybe some Surge Mares. Because mono red and mono white are both really popular there. Honestly, I tend not to play best of 1 with mono blue though, because the meta is, like, kind of hostile to it, right? Because of all those aggressive decks. Wow, we actually 2-0'd Gruul. We didn't even, like, use any of the new cards, pretty. So, one Aaron Barrich taught me that you're meant to keep these hands when you're on the draw. Because with 2 lands, Curious Obsession, Dive Down, any creature, any 1-drop creature makes this hand, like, completely absurd. And you get, like, 2 draw steps, realistically, to find it in time. And, like, there's other things you can draw to buy you time, too. Like, Merfolk Trickster is probably a fine draw here. I don't know. Her hat is really powerful. I would trust someone with a hat that is that powerful. In fact. So I tend to keep these hands when I'm on the draw. I wouldn't keep this on the play, but figure like, when it works out, your hand is absurd, and when it doesn't, like, sometimes you still get there via other means. Like, we have a Spell Pierce for early interaction, etc. Hey, Shovel Mage. Oh boy, that is a hero of Precinct 1. That's a scary, scary critter. Alright, we have a Spell Pierce for Teferi. Case in point. Now we get to go Obsession Retort. You could say this draw is working out. If you were so inclined. Yeah, Jeskai Hero is spicy. I've never seen that one before. Ooh, Merfolk. That's actually kind of perfect because it means we don't we're not as scared of the hero. I'm still gonna let the hero hit me because I really want to have retorts open this turn. But once we hit our 4th land, we can go like Trickster Retort. Right, we have Dive Down up. I'm just gonna opt. Ooh, Spell Pierce seems amazing against that axe, sure. The reason they've said Scooter is that it makes it a lot easier for play design to, like, tune for certain decks that are going to be, like, looking too good and, like, have more tools available to them for that purpose. Which makes a lot of sense. Like, it's a lot easier to say, like, this mono red deck is too strong, we need a way to fight it. And then add your, like, pro red card that lines up very well against that iteration of mono red. It's like, you know, kind of an aggressive way of doing it, but it is a way of doing it. And it's, like, useful for them to have access to that tool. Personally, I don't really like it from the perspective of it feels kind of inelegant. And, you know, protection sucks. But I get why it exists. Alright, well, this game feels very over. This is why you keep these 7s, because when you get there, you just can't lose. Right? So even though it looks dodgy, it's just, like, so high upside. As opposed to going to 6 cards. You think Cerulean deck is main? Oh yeah, it probably is, actually. I probably would play Cerulean deck main deck in best of 1. Well, sounds kind of nice. Tempest Djinn. It's probably safe to cast the Tempest Djinn. I guess it doesn't change my clock at all, right? Playing it this turn versus playing it next turn, I mean. I'm just going to end the turn. Because they have all their mana up this turn. I'd rather they be tapped low when I play the Tempest Djinn. Or, like, actually be changing the clock. Is Skydancer worth... Oh, which one's Skydancer? I don't know all the names yet. Someone's going to have to help me with that one. Alright, hit you. Draw a card. Oh, Mu Yang Ling. I think Mu Yang Ling is bad in this deck. I think she's, like, a pretty powerful card. But I don't think you want her in mono blue because you typically want Planeswalkers against... Wow, wild. Alright. I'm kind of scared of Niv Mizzet. Is that crazy? uh... 7 lands in play? Because I can counter this. I kind of just want to make sure I don't lose to Niv Mizzet. And, like, I can beat Clarion plus Counterspell at the moment reasonably well. I think I'm just going to do this. So I think Mu Yang Ling is pretty bad because the control decks... The main thing you're scared of out of the control decks is Teferi, right? And Teferi lines up so well against her token-making ability. So essentially she's like a 4-turn time bomb that, like, turns into an ultimate that probably wins you the game. But the flying part of her is just not actually relevant against them. Yeah, it's fun. I'm excited to be playing some Mono Blue. I love this deck. Niv Mizzet can be Aether Gusted. Jesus. I actually have no idea how to board in this matchup. I've not played against Jeskai in a long time. Like, I kind of want these Cerulean Drakes because of all their red removal. Is that crazy? Aether Gust seems... It's good against specifically Niv Mizzet and then terrible against the rest of their deck, right? This is tricky. Normally I take out Djinns against Esper, but Djinns are so good against Clarion. I'm obviously bringing in Negates. I'm just like not sure what else I'm doing here. I guess Dive Down is probably not great against them. Trickster doesn't seem amazing. I'm just assuming they play Niv-Miz, because Niv-Miz is very good. Niv-Miz was like the reason to play Jeskai a while back, right? Yeah, I kind of want some Aether Gust against Niv-Miz, but also like, I don't think I want Cerulean Drake because it's so bad against a fairy. I'll bring in like one. It's like a bit awkward because I don't really want to put like a Deafening Clarion on top of their deck. I'm worried that putting a Niv-Miz on top of their deck, I only have like a 1-turn window to kill them in before the Niv-Miz comes back anyway, so it might just be bad against Niv-Miz. We'll see. Oh my god, Scooter. That's a lot. That is a heckin' lot. Ooh, another Wizard's Retort is nice. No more Charter Course. Yeah, I'm trying out Winged Words instead. I don't know if it's better or worse. I want like one copy of that sort of effect, I think, but I'm not sure which is better. Mainly trying out Winged Words just to get an experience using it and see if I like it more. Alright, so Absorb kind of sucks against me. But also they shocked themselves, so probably have an Absorb anyway. So I guess I'm just going to pass the turn. Rather than run Djinn into Absorb. Okay. Cast this Opt. Tempest Djinn. Like, I kind of want this, I guess. It's like fine. I also kind of need to hit my land drops is the problem. But I guess I just keep a spell. Dive Down is a really bad draw. So now if I draw another land, I get to go Tempest Djinn, still have Retort up at my opponent's turn, start fighting through this Absorb. For now, we're just going to be giving them a bunch of time though, which is not great, but... Five mana. Terrifying. At least they're nowhere near Niv-Miz colors, which is nice. Ooh. I don't think I can go for this when they have 5 open mana is the problem. That's just a recipe for disaster. I guess I'm just going to attack. Yeah, Sailor has flying. Sailor is awesome. What the hell? This is weird. I kind of want to let that resolve. Because our Djinns don't care about it. And our Sailor is about to be a 2-2. And we have like a bunch of dive downs. It's like... Shrug? Obviously it's like pretty good for them, but... I think I'd rather just have Counterspell in my hand, you know? I have to Djinn them now. I mean, I would like to cast the Djinn at some point. Oh my god, can we draw... Okay. I guess Spell Pierce is a good card, at least. So I guess I'm just gonna cast this Curious Obsession. So it doesn't feel quite safe to go for Djinn until I hit that 5th mana. Absorb. So I'm just gonna let this resolve. I don't think this is worth fighting over, right? It's like, I kind of want to get some cards out my hand, but I also just need Retort up. I'm like a bit scared that they might have a Dovin's Veto in hand. It's one of my big fears here. Don't really know how we beat Dovin's Veto long term, but... Right. So I could spend a dive down on this. Should be kind of aggressive. But I'm also kind of interested in getting a card out my hand so I don't have to discard next turn. This also might just get them to tap low. Okay, I'm pretty alright with this. I'm gonna spend another dive down. Alright. Get to counter my dive down, I get to eat the 1/1. Still have my wizard in play. I've got some cards out my hands, there's no risk of me having to discard. Awesome. Alright. Tempest Djinn is go. We still have Retort open. So the scariest thing here is like Little Teferi plus Dovin's Veto. Huh. That's also pretty scary. Alright, well, don't have Dovin's Veto, please. I think they might, sadly. Oh my god, they didn't? Am I still play? We have Essence Captures in the sideboard, but we don't have any in the main deck at the moment. Winged Words. That's a nice one. I think I kind of want to resolve this Tempest Djinn. I don't know. I also kind of want it to not die. If we hit our 6th land, it's a lot easier to protect. So I could just resolve this now. Alright. Awesome. Is there an argument for Kefnet mainboard? Nah. Kefnet was a good sideboard card when you needed it against the red decks, but Aether Gust and Cerulean Drake are just such better cards against the red decks that I think you'd rather just have those instead. Okay. So now we just get to pass the turn. We have a bunch of interaction up, which is nice. Pretty fast clock as well. Deploy. This is fine. It buys them a bunch of time, but it doesn't block the Djinn properly. They don't get to take down the Djinn in combat, so I don't really care about that. I believe. This Djinn looking this Aether Gust looking potentially embarrassing. Alright, please don't have another deploy. Cool. Om token. And Seiko. Oh my god. That's enough to block the Djinn. That's actually really annoying. Hmm. I don't feel like I can spend my final counterspell on this is the problem. What the hell? Alright. I mean, we have Aether Gust for it for one turn. Kind of forgot this was a thing, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, if we could please not use triggered in chat, I would appreciate that. Spell Piercer easy. Pretty bad against mono blue. It's not great against mono blue, but it's a bit scary. I don't know. Like, I don't really know how we deal with it at the moment. I'll say that much. I guess I have to attack with this to get a 1/1 out of play. Because then the Djinn can start attacking. You can kind of see how if we drew a Spectral Sailor this game it would have been amazing, right? We've just had a lot of spare mana for the last few turns. Yeah, the block was good for us, for sure. But they're just gonna kill this. Yeah, that's really smart. Now they get to kill the Djinn next turn. This card seems absurd. Like, honestly, we'd have been really good against it if they hadn't had the deploys. But the deploys make so many chump blockers. Right? That they can just protect the Chandra for ages. Oh yeah, the plus 2 for Emblem is powerful. Oh, the Emblem doesn't really matter against us. It's just the fact that she's repeatable removal. It's very scary. Maybe we need more dive downs because of that. I think maybe I boarded a dive down out. I can't remember. We haven't actually seen Deafening Clarion at all in any of the games. Have I been liking Tails End? It's been fine. It's not been amazing, but it kind of does what it needs to. Just as like an additional counterspell for Teferis and such. Yep. Alright, this is pretty over. Chandra's good. Chandra's good. I don't know. We can beat a Chandra. How good even is the Djinn? The Djinn is... The problem is Djinn is very good against deploy, right? Do they have any non-red removal? The problem is they have deploy, which blocks the Drake really well, right? Yeah, the deploys won them the game. The deploys are very impressive. I don't know if I want to change things at all. Is Melody good against them? I don't think so. I don't think they have much we want to steal that isn't super expensive. Like, I could bring in some essence captures so that our retorts aren't so pressured by, like, the creatures. They do have a bunch of good creatures for us to Essence Capture. That could be reasonable. I kind of hate this Aether Gust too. Kind of want the second Essence Capture. Maybe I do just cut a Djinn. They're like a bit awkward against Absorb. Is the problem. You can do something like this. You can't. Yeah, exactly, Fex. Retort all those Chandras. Oh my god. Alright, we get to play first. Mulligan. Ooh. Look at this London Mulligan. London Mulligan OP. Oh no, I was aware that was the joke. I was agreeing with the joke. I guess I get rid of the Spectral Sailor. It's like Spectral Sailor or a Retort. Getting rid of a Retort is really feel bad. Obviously this card's good, but... Okay, so they have a Shock, I look really silly. But they didn't have a Shock, they only had like Lava Coils. If they don't have the turn 2 removal here, we get to untap with Retort, it's going to be huge. Okay, we drew an island. So the question is, do I play around Dovin's Veto or Lava Coil? They can't have that many Dovin's Vetoes, right? I think I'm going to play around around Lava Coil and just attack for 1 here. And then we can Retort to protect our Stormtamer, and then we can untap and Obsession it. Ooh, does that card matter? I kind of want to let it resolve. I feel like we're going to draw enough cards that we can deal with the 1/1s later, and I'd rather save the Retorts for something more impactful. Yeah, I think I can just race this. I agree. I think I'd rather save my Retorts. Especially if we draw a Trickster like that. That's going to be really big in helping us race the hero. Alright. Things looking pretty good. We take 2. Another hero. Second hero is a bit more scary than the first. It can be Emily, but not in this situation because I really wanted to have Retort up for a Teferi. Yeah, second hero is a bit more scary for sure. I still kind of want to let it resolve. Maybe that's greedy. I get to draw 4 more cards for my next counterspell. I think I'm going to let it resolve though. This might be a mistake. The fact that the Trickster stops these attacking is pretty huge for us. And then this Trickster also slows down the stream of 1/1s a tiny bit. So I think this is fine. I'm going to stop 4 damage by not attacking for 2. Just like really slows down our opponent a bunch. Alright, Pteramander is pretty good. Obviously scary to tap out of double counter, but I'm very far ahead. I'm pretty far ahead. Things can definitely go wrong from here, though. We're also racing Chandra, right? There's a Chandra coming down at some point that we need to outrace. Justice strikes. They might have the second removal spell here. They have a Lava Coil. Could be pretty scary. Jeez. We're punished for not holding open double retort. So brutal. This Terry might have been premature. Maybe. I felt like I had to play the Pteramander because I'm really scared of Chandra. Like, I feel like Chandra forces me to try and race, but like obviously this is the nightmare scenario for us. I don't know, I could definitely have played things more safe. I guess I also felt like if they had 2 removal spells, they might have like played one earlier before we got to draw a million cards. Maybe that was an incorrect assumption on my part. Wow. Alright. I know back in Guilds of Ravnica, Jeskai was always the worst matchup for Mono Blue because of the presence of Niv Mizzet. So I guess this is like kind of a similar thing, where like the presence of Chandra forces you to play like more aggressively than you like. Yeah, Pteramander could have waited a ton. I guess if we'd waited, they'd have just resolved this free flyer anyway, unless we drew like another counterspell. God, I'm taking so much damage next time. Do I have to just cast this dive down? What does adapting Pteramander even do? It gives me a 3-turn clock. I'd have to like draw a Trickster and hope they have nothing. Seems really optimistic. I actually don't know how I come back from this. If I dive down, untap, adapt, draw a Trickster, and they somehow don't have castables in hand, I can kill them. I guess I just don't see any other line. Yeah, it probably involves the draw too. Like any other line that would get us out of this, but... Or like a Trickster. I guess I could draw... I only have the 1 Trickster left in my deck though, right? To draw 2 for that. I guess Tempest Djinn would probably do it too. I guess I'm probably not meant to cast the dive down, but... Alright. Alright. Oh yeah, you could play Sorcerer Spyglass, that's true. Right. So I can put the Obsession on the Pteramander that turns off Tempest Djinn as a draw though. I guess I have to bottom this, because I just only have the 1 Trickster in my deck at the moment. I really need to draw something that blocks well. Yeah, I wonder how this game plays out. If I'd left open the double retort, I feel like I'd probably still lose it because they'd have resolved this Kayaka, or Kaika. Let's just double block the hero. There is a deck command. Someone just used it. It has like a limited timer on it. You can only use it, like, it only works like once every certain amount of time to stop spamming. Alright. Does this card an actual thing? It seems like pretty sweet. Alright. Jeez, that game was rough. I don't think we win that game even if we kept up the double retort, because then the Kaikar would have resolved, I believe, which would just have been too much for us. Obviously, like, yeah, we would have like stopped drawing cards then, because the Kaikar would be able to block the Stormtamer anyway. Alright, so we beat Gruul. We lost to that Jeskai deck. Jeskai Hero. Have people seen, like, Jeskai Hero anywhere else? Is it something that lots of people are actually trying out, or...? So I hadn't heard about it at all. Okay. This is great. Don't really have enough interaction, but... decent curve of creatures. Ooh, red deck. Having the Unsummon is really nice against Steamkin. I'll say that much. I could also just save this Stormtamer. I think being able to reset Steamkin is going to be important, though. I guess the other option is I could opt and try and find a Spell Pierce, if I think I'm not casting the 2/2. I kind of like this just dying to the shock, though. It means I don't have to care about Chainwhirler. Alright, whatever. I'll just let the Stormtamer go. Oh, hey, Elio. It's going great. Ooh, Marauding Raptor is a scary one. Okay. I guess that one just resolves. I kind of do want to get a green screen at some point. I don't know if there's enough room in my bedroom to actually set it up at the moment. It's certainly something I'd love once I move in a few months. Trying to figure out what I do here. I probably just opt and save the Trickster to tap down an attacker. Okay. I'm wondering if I unsummon this, play the Djinn, and then my opponent has to spend the turn recasting it, and I get to have Retort open the turn after. That seems really good to me. Where to? So once my contract ends on the place I'm currently living, I'd either like to... I don't know, I'd probably end up moving back to, like, Bristol area, or Bath. I really miss that's part of England. It's really nice. Oh, sorry, I normally have that open. I don't know why I don't have that open today. Thanks, Professor. I'll fire it up right now. Alright, I think with our Djinn in play, I'm pretty happy just holding open this Retort. I'm hoping it's updated for M20. It'd be kind of sad if it wasn't. I have just started it. It seems to be taking a while. Maybe it's updating or something. Alright, Deckmaster should be open now. Let me know if it's working. That card does not seem particularly beatable. Get out of here with that Monstrosaur. Yeah, I'm not super high on Mu Yangling. I think I missed that comment, sorry. I think the fact that Mu Yangling isn't good against Esper is really unfortunate. Because that's like typically the matchup where you really want Planeswalker, really like the idea of Planeswalkers. So I just cast the other Djinn. Is that better than the Trickster? The Trickster tapping down a Raptor is kind of nice. I think I'm going to need a Trickster to keep me alive on the final turn though. I know. I guess I don't get to have Stormtamer open this turn. Maybe I meant to just Stormtamer plus Trickster so that I can have the Stormtamer ability open. Because getting it killed by a fight spell would be really unfortunate. It's not showing Marauding Raptor. Okay, so it's not showing the new cards yet, but it's showing everything else. That means. Alright, please no removal spell. If there's not a removal spell here, we're probably safe. Yeah, I can just attack with both my Tempest Djinns. Hit my opponent to 6, and then I have a Trickster to keep me alive, right? And a Chump Blocker in play. I can also protect the Djinns, potentially. Upkeep, tap the 2/3? Maybe. Yeah, I guess it's kind of hard for my opponent to kill me without making lots of mana with this, right? And, like, stopping this from attacking is probably going to be about the same as stopping, like, a charging Monstrosaur from attacking. Jeez, Dinos are scary. I guess Dinos isn't as scary as normal Gruul, because they don't have Rekindling Phoenix or Skargan Hellkite. Which is, like, definitely helpful for us. I think the Legion War boss is a bit scarier than the dinosaurs, too. Alright. Break in this stuff. Honestly, Cerulean Drake might not be the best here. It doesn't really block Charging Monstrosaur very well, or the Gruul Spellbreaker. That Unsummon was awesome. The Unsummon might have just won us the game, honestly. The tempo swing was so huge for us. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering about these Cerulean Drakes. Maybe they're just bad here. Opponent's playing fight spells as well, instead of, like, as many burn spells. Cutting Opt, now we have the London Mulligan. Opt is pretty great. Opt makes Pteramander good. It makes you find your curious obsessions more often, which is really nice too. Hey, what else am I cutting? So I was cutting 1-drops against normal Gruul. I could do that here too. There's so many 2-drops at the moment, it's kind of absurd. So many 2-mana plays rather.
Finally enough islands to mismatch properly.
Aw, DT Lutch, thank you so much for the 6-month free sub. Really appreciate it. I know, right? New islands are so hype. I get the full 20 mismatched. Before I could only have 18. It was such a heartbreak. Ooh, this hand is nice. This hand is a delight. Lanoa Elf, no! brutal. It's actually really problematic. Yeah. That card is terrifying. How do you get mismatched lands? There's a way to do it with the filter when you're selecting cards. Alright, I think I'm still gonna cast this. I can like start pressuring the Domri. And we're gonna have a counterspell up. That means the fight mode would like get rid of Atlanta or Elves, which would still be a 1-for-1. So I think this is fine. Oh my god, I just realized Ceratops is unbeatable for us if it resolves, right? Ceratops seems like a problematic magic card. Oh, this makes things but this bounces anything that gets cast? Okay. I'm still learning all these interactions with the new cards. So now, this is on 4 loyalty, so this gets recast next turn. I get to put this back on top of the deck. The next turn it gets to fight the Tempest Djinn. Yeah, maybe you need more Surge Mares than I originally anticipated because of Ceratops. Hey Tanner, good to see you. What am I doing here? Hit Domri to free? I guess I just then pass with mana up. I can use the Trickster to try and take down Domri next turn. If my opponent pluses to make mana, they don't get to dodge this Essence Capture. Yeah, that seems decent. So I'm just going to attack the Domri again. Yeah, I could see wanting more Surge Mares because of Ceratops. I could definitely see that being the case. Upkeep, tap the Elves. There's kind of merit to that. I kind of like my opponent just casting their Monstrosaur like this though, right? Because now I get to just capture it. And they're only going to do this if they have the Elves on board. They can like fight the Elf and the Sailor, but shrug. Okay. I don't want this Tempest Djinn to just get killed. However, they cannot minus Domri at the moment, so this is fine. Yeah, this is fine. I just get to cast this Djinn and pass the turn. Awesome. The next turn, I can... Please, Autumn, there are 5 standard legal Ceratopses. You do raise a good point. That my usage of words might be somewhat confusing. Alright, if our opponent does not draw Ceratops, we're in a good position. Yeah, if you ever want to see the deck, ! Deck will show you it in chat, or whatever we're playing. So we're both flooding a bit, but I have a Tempest Djinn, so that seems good. I'm just going to save this Merfolk Trickster. I don't think the 2 damage is going to matter, whereas like the trigger could be pretty sweet for tapping down a Monstrosaur. Oh no, don't kill my Tempest Djinn. My opponent was just given priority. Okay. Thank God. Yike. No Ceratops, no Ceratops, no Ceratops. Okay, we encountered a slight problem, okay? Slight problem. Oh wow, it's getting haste instead of reach. I am very okay with this. Oh my god. We have a chance. We have a chance. We got past Moat. We've successfully not lost to Moat. Alright, we might still lose to Moat. Please don't have another spell. Alright, we have to draw creatures quickly. Doesn't really count. Okay, we need more Surge Mares in our sideboard. Apparently this is a thing that's in Standard. Oh boy. At least the Domri leaves the table. So this becomes uncounterable. Right? Yeah. Seems pretty good. I get to steal the Spellbreaker now, though. And we drew a lethal Spectral Sailor. Alright, say go. It tells you of the purple border, Cambo. The purple border means it's uncounterable. Sure. Okay. Well, we successfully somehow beat a shifting Ceratops, so that's nice. Rare occurrence. Yeah, when I change this list, I might put another Surge Mare on the board. Because, shifting Ceratops seems like a hell of a magic card. Ceratops gets to attack through a Ceratops. It's like an optimistic place to be in, but you know, it's something. It's better than nothing. Yeah, the classic pro-blue versus can't be blocked by green creatures. How Magic was meant to be. Almost didn't play my land. Growth Spiral? Nice. Nope, just floating it. Oh, Transmogrifying Wand! Wow, Transmogrifying Wand is so smart, Skeptimist. Oh, great games, Meg. They were fun. Yeah, the Ceratops was scary. I was terrified of that Ceratops, I'm not gonna lie. It was a good one. Let's just see if I can hit a land here. This Arcbow's a little bit terrifying. On the list of unbeatable magic cards, Arcbow is definitely up there. Interesting. Sure. There's definitely a world in which I could counter this just to cut my opponent off of lands. I guess I'm just letting it resolve there. Then we can push in for some damage here. I don't know. There's a world in which I need to save this for a Lyra, but I'm tapping out for a Djinn anyway. I think I just have to hope to kill my opponent quickly before they can find a Lyra. Like, we're in kind of an awkward position here, so... Huh. Does that change anything? Maybe. The Arcbow is so scary, but... I guess I get to do this now and hold open Retort for Baby Teferi instead of casting my Djinn. It's kind of awkward because the Arcbow gets around counterspells so well. I don't know. I don't know if they changed style at all. Alright, no Lyra please. Thank you. Awesome. So we have a 2-turn clock with the Stormtamer, and we get to hold open some counter magic to protect us. Just have to hope my opponent doesn't get a flyer in play somehow. Probably gonna go look for a Frilled Mystic here. Ooh, what's this one? That's so cute with Arcbow. That's adorable. Alright. What's the name of my cat? I haven't given her a name yet. That's a good question. Maybe she should be Mew. I kind of want to cast the Djinn. Because, like... I don't know. I guess I get to double block the Ambusher. Maybe this is fine. Obviously Djinn gives us lethal next turn. I don't really want my opponent getting 2 more spins of the Arcbow though. There is a cat. Look at the little kitty. Biggest upgrade that's ever happened to Arena is this kitty. What the hell? Huh? Well... I guess it's good that I have the Stormtamer activation open. Yeah, we have 8 pirates in our deck now between Stormtamer and Sailor, which is why I'm trying this card out. So I can just block this. I guess that's fine. It's kind of awkward. This is like the one thing Tempest Djinn blocks well. Whatever. Yeah. I guess they just figured, like, the creature was also dealing a bunch of damage to them. Alright, I really want to draw a land here. Or a dive down. Land and dive down are, like, the 2 really good cards. Because, like, I'm falling rapidly behind. I feel like there's a fair amount of pressure to tap out for this Djinn. Is the problem. I can't really afford to give them 2 more Arcbow spins at this point. Obviously there are so many ways this can go wrong though. God, I feel like tapping out for this Djinn means we'll probably lose. But I also feel like we're definitely going to lose if they get to dig, like, you know, 14 more cards of Arcbow. Which kind of forces me to do this. And just hope they don't have anything. Alright. That kills the Spectral Sailor, but we still have a Djinn in play. Oh, no, this is a 4/4? Because of the ambusher? That's so adorable. Jeez. So I guess we have to find another Djinn? Or Pteramander? We're nowhere close to Pteramander. Awu.deck. There's a lot of Awooing going on over there. Alright. I suspect I'm dead. This Arcbow has been really impressive against us. Making all our counterspells just, like, wholly irrelevant. Oh wow, what? These work together? Okay. We're slightly dead. Jeez. It's so awkward because Spell Pierce is terrible against the entirety of their deck apart from the Arcbow. Which I guess it's still terrible against because the Arcbow is so cheap. Yeah, we just have to take these out. Kinda sucks, but... I guess the Aether Gust can bounce an Arcbow for a while. It's not, like, great, but... Arcbow is legendary, yeah, we could bring in Tails in for it. Seems reasonable. Anything else I want to take out? Trickster doesn't seem amazing. I kind of want the Surge Mare. 1 Dispersal, oh you mean the Unsummon? Oh no, yeah, Lookout's Dispersal, sorry. Yeah, I'm trying 1 Dispersal instead of Quench, because I have 8 Pirates now. So, it felt like it was worth a try. I haven't actually drawn it at all yet. In theory, I really like it, but it hasn't come up quite yet. Alright, I kind of want these Essence Captures too, right? Yeah, I really want these Essence Captures. Dive Down seems pretty good. Saves my creatures from their nonsense. Like, interacts with the ETB triggers from the creatures. This hand is nice. Draw a few lands. It's going to be very good for us. So I have to be able to counter the Arcbow, which I do have this Tails End for, so that is great for us. Merfolk Branchwalker. I guess I just let that resolve and save my Essence Capture for something more impactful. Right, we've found an arc bow. Yeah, this is a new version of Mono Blue. Trying out a bunch of the cool new cards. Been enjoying it so far. I could try and get greedy and hit a land off this opt. I don't think I quite have to do that yet. Are they seriously playing Spell Pierce? Oh, what the hell is this card? Draw a card if you put it. Jeez. That is pretty good against us, huh? Wow, the green decks have some, like, really absurd cards now. Between this and the Ceratops. The color hate is real, it is. I guess it's only fair, we got like Cerulean Drake, right? So like our mono red matchup got a lot better than it used to be. Ah. Yeah, I can believe it, Scooter. I can believe it. Alright, I guess I just look for a land so I can keep activating the Sailor. Now we lose. It doesn't seem great for us. They get to get... Yeah, we're not winning this game, right? Jeez. Veil of Summer is rude. Alright. I mean, we're still like 2-2, even running into mono hate cards. There is a kitty in game. The kitty is cute. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add a Transmogrifying Wand to the board, actually. I really want to try that card out now. Transmogrifying Wand. Do I really not own a Transmogrifying Wand? Do I really have to spend a wild card on a Transmogrifying Wand? Is this the world we're in? What am I cutting? I really want the free Cerulean Drakes. Maybe it's an Aether Gust. Maybe it's an Essence Capture. All the decks you want to have Essence Capture against just have, like, shifting Ceratops now. Tails End. I kinda like the Tails End. I have not tested Mu Youngling. I'm kind of assuming she's pretty bad in the deck, but I've not actually tested her out yet. I know these are like for the same sort of matchups. The Transmog Wand and the Aether Gust, but I think I just really want to have access to that effect. Being able to turn Ceratopses into 2/4s seems very potent. Alright. Please have a nice Nice, pleasant game against Esper. Where's all the Esper at? This hand is good. Even get to get rid of a land. Hey. There is the Esper we asked for. I guess on the draw they could resolve. With us on the draw they could resolve it to Fairy here. Which would be very scary. They're actually Sultai. What the hell is this card? I mean, it's pretty good. I guess I'm just hurling my Sailor into the abyss. Yeah, it's pretty nonsense. It's pretty good against our X1 stack. I'll give it that much. This Tempest Djinn is not bad against Chamber Sentry. Oh, are they a Niv Mizzet deck, maybe? And they just randomly have Chamber Sentries in too, because they have all the colours? Makes sense. Oh, 4-color Tashar. Huh. Wild. Alright, I'm pretty far behind. I'm just going to tap out for this Djinn and hope it's safe. So my worry about was this attack. I don't understand what's happening, chat. Oh, Oath of Kaya. Right. Cool. Or Rona to get it back. Same thing. Kinda. So my feeling about Muyangling is the main matchup you really want Planeswalkers against would be against Esper. But Teferi Time Raveler is so good against the 4/4 that I think that just makes the card not exciting enough. So I guess I just played the Stormtamer. I think the Pteramander is slightly more important against their deck. And this way, if they don't spend the turn killing this, we get to opt and Wizard's Retort, which is nice. Cool. This dies, but my heart will go on. Mox Amber resolves. Okay. Go ahead and fire off this opt. They get to start activating the Rona, I guess, but we're gonna kill them pretty soon. Do I want this Spectral Sailor? Kind of. Kind of do. Adds a bit more pressure. Threatens to kill them if the game goes too much longer. So now we put the opponent to 9. I guess the Pteramander was probably going to make it where I had lethal anyway. Maybe I didn't want this. Anyway, it's not too relevant. Obviously just in a great position here. Lazav. Sure. Resolves? Tap this down before they put anything scary in the yard? I guess not countering something means I don't actually have lethal yet. Or I could just draw land. the way it was meant to be. So we have to block here. I don't know my opponent's deck well enough. I guess if they go removal spell and untap and play something stupid, I could still lose, right? They probably don't have removal, but it's probably fine just to pass the turn with Retort up. Yeah, I don't really know how this deck works. I'm just going to assume we can't die and pass the turn here. Yeah, Tail's End seems very good against my opponent's deck. I would agree with that. Okay. Resolves. So we have 3 lethal creatures. And a counterspell. I would be surprised if we lose this. Alright. Huh. So I assume Essence Capture is great. Spell Pierce doesn't seem amazing. I don't really know what my opponent's deck's doing, so that's going to make this boarding look a little chaotic. I guess I could bring in Aether Gust? I don't know. None of the cards they played that game, Aether Gust actually hits. Tail's End seems awesome. I kind of want to cut some X ones. So I'm really scared of that Chamber Sentry card. I just don't want them to get like max value out of a Chamber Sentry. Guess I'll try something like this. I don't really know what I'm doing against my opponent's deck, but I'm not really into Trickster yet. I don't love Trickster either, yeah. But I'm still not exactly sure how this matchup plays. That was my first game ever against the Rona deck with Mono Blue. So this is obviously a good hand. Oh my god, it was so great. When Matt Nass played the Tashar combo deck in the fandom tournament, basically every round everyone in chat was like groaning to everyone in the tournament chat was groaning to each other about the fact that he was playing it and it was making the rounds take forever. It was like every round was just going to time due to him. It was delightful. Alright, pass the turn. It is our job, I agree. There's a Moxamba. Alright. That one's a bit scary. They don't have anything in their yard to return at the moment though. Is kind of doing it next turn. Not this turn. Unsummon's so good. Yeah, this deck is on Stream Decker, if you want to give it a try. So I could keep holding open Dive Down for the Spectral Sailor, or I could just tap out for a Djinn. Murder my opponent. Maybe this is a bit risky. Kind of feel like we have a lot of cards to work with already, though. Djinn just ends the game. What's there to know about this one? This is a tempo deck. You try to like trip your opponent up, get in with some evasive creatures, and then counter their best cards with counter spells. Curious Obsession is the best card in this deck. It's a big part of the reason why the deck is so good. Just draws you a million cards if you can put it on an early 1-drop. Alright, obviously Dive Down can save our Sailor here, which is pretty nice. The Lazav can copy the Tashar, but it's like very slow and costs my opponent a ton of mana. I think we'll be okay with that. Upkeep Trickster is nice. Killing my opponent next turn is also nice. I don't think there's much they can do here either. Island is a very good card in the deck, agree. All 20 of them. Alright. So we're doing okay with this. I don't know, we have to figure out how to fight the Ceratops card. I think Transmogrifying Wand is a good starting point though. It's not a card I've ever played in Mono Blue before. I know some people love it, but it's like, it used to only really be good against the Drake stacks because of Niv Mizzet. It was like such a clean answer to Niv Mizzet and Crackling Drake. But with Ceratops seeing lots of play, seems like it should be good. I'm gonna keep this. Have Opt to dig for a threat. Okay. Heard of Mulligan over there. The kitty makes me so happy. I can't wait for them to have like different pets you can choose between. I want some kind of lizard. Alright, I would like to find a threat. That is not a threat. Oh, you need an alternative to Tempest Djinn? If you can't cast it at the moment, you can just play more 1-drops. Instead. So I could save this for the trigger. I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna make my 2/2. If they're on like Turbo Fog or something, I just want the bigger creature in play. Well, it's a pretty good one. Ooh, that is a very good one. I am 100% just tapping out for this Tempest Djinn. It's like super aggro, but there's not too much that can punish me here. Yeah. Yeah, I think Wand is like, I kind of get why people played it before. I think it's definitely a lot better than it used to be now, though. Now it's like something like I actively kind of want to try out and see how it plays for me. Whereas before it was just like kind of fine. Okay with this. I'm like kind of okay with this. I get to play my Stormtamer and still have Retort up. Sure. The Trickster's never getting through for that much damage anyway. They are famous last words, Paul. Especially in like a new format, when you have like no idea what everyone's trying to do. Okay. Just gonna keep this alive. Keeps our clock higher. Also, this counter Mass Manips, which Dive Down is not as good against. So... Alright. This is looking pretty great for us. 2-turn clock. Obviously, Krasis could buy them a turn if we don't draw a land. Chemist's Insight is fine. New cards are sweet, except apart from Ceratops, Shifting Ceratops. Shifting Ceratops could go. Insert expletives, I guess. I am not a fan of the Shifting Ceratops. That card is upsetting. Everything else I'm pretty cool with, though. Ooh. Nice draw. Alright. If our opponent doesn't play specifically Shifting Ceratops, I have to imagine we win this game. You could remove the F from its name, that's true. Oh, no worries, Endo. Glad you like it. Do I counter this? I kinda want to. Because, like, I have the other counter spell anyway. I think it makes very little difference, realistically. Alright, so we're against a blue-green Mass Manip deck. So Negate is going to be awesome. Aether Gust is probably good. It's not, like, amazing. It's, like, much worse against their deck than against a red deck. Surge Mare is great. Essence Capture is, like, good against specifically Krasis. Spell Pierce is really awkward, because they make so much mana. I kind of want to take it out. Unsummon is also just, like, really bad against mana dorks, too. You've been very impressed with Vamps. Vamps looks sweet. What do you think most people are doing wrong, Ash? How would you build it differently? Vamps has looked really impressive when I've played against it. New Sorin. I assumed the Lightning Helix part of Sorin was like a -1 or something. The fact it adds loyalty is so absurd. So... it's a nice one. I kind of want to bring in this wand just because I'm so scared of Ceratops. Maybe I do just bring it in. Then I can, like, cut a... Dive Down seems pretty good. Cut a Trickster, cut a 1-drop, cut a Djinn. No, this might be too few Tricksters. We'll see. Less 1-drops and more mid-rangey. Yeah, I think I like that. It makes Champion of Dusk better, right? If you're playing more of a mid-range game. Alright, Transmog Wand, you've got a job to do, my friend. Got a job to do. Alright. I guess I can just cast the Stormtamer. I have this opt up. This is probably going to be the last game for the evening. I'm still feeling a tiny bit ill. I've like mostly recovered, but been up for like streaming for like 5 hours now. Probably finish it a bit early because I'm not feeling amazing. Do I want this? Obviously I'm scared of Entrancing Melody and I would like to find a counterspell. I guess I'm gonna keep this. I'm pretty scared to. But obviously, like, the card is so high impact, I feel forced to keep it. I kinda want to have Aether Gust up this turn, so that I can protect my Tempest Djinns when I start casting them. I cut an Aether Gust from the board for the wand to Dokmoy, because the wand can kill Ceratops. Seemed pretty relevant. Wow, brutal. Jeez. I guess she only draws one card, because the Stormtamers are gonna hit her, so whatever. It's actually just fine. I'm tempted to tuck this Incubation Druid now. Alright, deal. Got rid of that Negate. Entrancing Melody is pretty good, but we have the Stormtamers, so I don't mind too much. Rawr. If they play Nissa, we can just kill the Nissa. So Nissa isn't too scary. Leveling up Druid would be pretty good, I guess, because then they just have like a lot more mana to work with. Yeah, this is pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna use this, because I want the extra bodies in play to deal damage. Also, these counter, like, mass manip or whatever. So 6 puts them to 11. We can just play another Djinn. Obviously, there's, like, stuff that can punish us then, but we do have the Stormtamers that protect us from a lot of things. And the Transmog Wand can get a Crisis out the way, which is really nice. If I had enough extra land, there's honestly a world where I maybe just wand the Druid and still hold open Stormtamer activation there. Alright. Sure. Am I running my own melodies? Nah, I think they're kind of expensive against my opponent's deck. Hydroid Crisis. Meet Transmogrifying Wand, my friend. Alright, we need them not to have a Mass Manip. I think Mass Manip kind of sucks against our deck, so hopefully they don't. Obviously we lose if they do. 8, 9, 10, 11. Could also just kill the Narset for the sake of 1 damage to turn on the Swinged Words. It's felt pretty good so far. The Ceratops has been very scary, though. The Ceratops has been very scary, and the 6-mana Chandra has been pretty scary, too. Oh, they do have Mass Manip in against us. Damn. Not scared of Spell Pierce at all, huh? I mean, it's kind of brutal here. Probably just die. Right. I guess they figure, like, we take out our Spell Piercers because of the Mana Dorks, and that makes Mass Manip good again. Yeah, I'm more aware of the Narset. So we have to kill the Narset. Yeah, we got the wand uses. I don't know how good the wand uses are here, but... Okay. Like, I can take down a Tempest Djinn or the Sailor. I guess I take down a Tempest Djinn. Alright. Mass Manip got us good. Like, I'm still not convinced it's great in the matchup, but it was incredible there. Game ending, probably. Okay. Thrashing Brontodon. No! My Transmogrifying Wand! Why did you do this to me? It's so rude. Oh my god. Yeah, the wand seems good against Feather too. Alright. Right on time, Negate. Yeah, I'm running an Unsummon. I think the Unsummon's like pretty good in the deck. I could see running a second. I don't think you want too many, because the card disadvantage can be kind of painful, but Unsummon's pretty good. So yes, I just pass the turn. They start drawing cards. Yeah, this game is pretty over. Game 3. We were really close that game. Got them down to 2. It's like basically anything other than Mass Manip we would have beaten. Maybe another Krasis would have been good, but we'd have turned it into an Ox. It's like I'm still very unconvinced by these Tricksters. My opponent had so many. Like, they tapped out for the Mass Manip too. Maybe Spell Pierce is good. They only had the one Mana Dork as the thing, which I think is part of the reason why Spell Pierce looked good there. And like most games, they're going to have more Mana Dorks than that. So I guess I don't want it. We didn't see a Ceratops all game. So it's possible I can cut the stupid Surge Mare. Because the Surge Mare kind of sucks if they don't have specifically Ceratops. I guess I just run it like this. I must admit, Aether Gust has been like a bit disappointing today. The card has not seemed terribly impressive so far. Obviously being able to... I think you still want to play it, because being able to like take Experimental Frenzy off the board and then counter it on the way back down seems quite powerful. But so far it has not been amazing for us. Is the new Flash Merfolk a consideration? I don't think so. I think that card is... The fact it attacks on the ground and has no evasion is pretty unexciting. Like, Merfolk Trickster is halfway towards being a spell in the deck because of its ETB trigger, which makes it pretty justifiable. But not having access to something like an ETB trigger style effect, I think makes a ground attacker not good enough in general. Alright, we have Dive Down up. I'm just gonna go for this. If we wanted to be super greedy, we could Aether Gust our opponent's Druid, but we've seen a bunch of Entrancing Melodies from them, so that sounds poor. Sure. Another Druid. So I could Aether Gust this. I think I'd rather save the Aether Gust, though, so that I can have 2 counterspells up in the same turn. And also, like, maybe they pour 5 mana into a druid and then I get to gust it back onto their deck. Which sounds pretty good too. Ooh. They're about to have so much mana. Do I really need 2 obsessions? I kind of need 4 mana up next turn. Is the problem. I think I need 4 mana open next turn and I need to bottom this. Maybe. Obviously, like, if we untap with 2 obsessions in play, we win the game. I'm going to keep this, but it might be greedy. It's like, there's a decent chance that one of the spells they go for is like a dive down. An entrancing melody, in which case I get to dive down. Alright. Lots of cards. Yeah, double threat seems unlikely, I agree. I guess I was more concerned with, like, threat plus counterspell, right? Threat plus counterspell is something that's hard for us to deal with, but... yeah, second obsession means we don't care about Brontodon, which is nice for sure. Agree with that. Wow. This went as well as possible. You could say. Draw some cards. Yike. I guess I'm just passing the turn here. I'm very glad I have the second obsession down. All these lands we're drawing. We'd have never got through them otherwise. Hydroid Crisis. I have this Transmog Wand, so I can get that out of play. Which I guess is the plan. It's like a little scary. They're going to untap with a lot of cards in hand here. It's been doing fine today. Shifting Ceratops has been very scary. Other than that, we've been doing pretty reasonably. I'm also getting used to, like, all the new cards, which is affecting things. Alright, I think I'm gonna Aether Gust at Mana Dork here, weirdly. Yeah, I don't love the color hosey nonsense. I kind of understand why it exists, and that it gives, like, play design a lot of new tools, but... our opponent's emotes are kind of annoying. Alright, 4. Oh my god, give me a counterspell, please. I guess that kind of counts. Things are suddenly getting scary. We are running out of ways to deal. I guess we can kill the Hydroid Crises and just let my opponent draw cards, and that's kind of fine, but... ooh, gonna just level up the Druid. Okay. pretty alright with this. So I'm just gonna take this. Because they could still go like land Entrancing Melody, right? And then end of turn I can Aether Gust the Druid. To reset it. Get rid of a bunch of mana. I'm surprised they want to keep redrawing those. They don't seem terribly exciting to me. Alright. I think it could be. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Figure out how good the deck is. I guess I want to try and kill through a Hydroid Crisis, so I probably should play this Tempest Djinn. I mean, it's kind of, honestly, it's kind of scary they kept the Incubation Druid effects. It's like, kind of wondering what motivated that. Do I just kill their Druid to cut them off of mana? Yeah, opponent's very off it. I probably kill their Druid there, give them one less mana for the turn. Try and just like set up lethal for the next turn. Alright, that was fun. I feel like we learned a fair amount. We're definitely learning a bunch about how we want to build this deck. I know I really liked how the Transmogrifying Wand looked. Honestly, if Ceratops is really popular, I might just have a second wand in the deck. Because it looked good in those games, right? It looked really good in those games. Dealing with Crisis was pretty important.